All righty, everybody. Welcome to Talking Real Estate with Champions Real Estate Team at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Ambassador Real Estate Company. My name is Mark T. Wehner, the second team leader, Champions Real Estate Team. And joining me, as always, is Russ Williams with Williams Mortgage. So we up on every Wednesday here and kind of give you a rundown of the real estate market as well as the mortgage industry over the last week and what's gone on. So we'll jump straight into it, try to keep it short and sweet here for you. So numbers, as it pulls up here for you guys. So we had 504 new listings go live this last week, 376 new contracts go get written and get accepted, and we had 385 new homeowners take ownership of their new home. So big picture, what does it kind of look for us? That 500 is up a little bit from the weeks previous. We're about around the 450s, so we're seeing more houses come on the market. I think, as we get closer to the holiday season, people want to get their homes on the market before that happens and get them closed and get moved, onto their next house, as well as the new contracts written. We're up a little bit from the weeks prior. And I think that's the same thing. The buyers that are out there are seeing, good, strong marketplaces out there to get those offers and not having to compete with as many buyers. Have had buyers this last week, have had, multiple offers, one or two offers on it. Had another client get an accepted contract on a house that didn't have any other offers on it. And we're able to get a pretty good price on the house in that regards. And then sold homes, I think, is down. Obviously, we were up in the 600s last week. I think basically that kind of plays into, 45, 60 days ago was the Labor Day holiday. And I think people kind of just took a break as school was starting and holiday, and that's basically obviously indicative of what's going on. We'll probably see some more sold houses come on towards the end of the month, which is typical. So let's take a look at the big picture numbers here. So we had, as it pulls up here for you guys, active listings. So houses you can go take a look at. I did pull out the no-show status, which basically means you can't go look at them, but they're on the MLS for us as agents. Those are houses that are getting ready, maybe getting carpet, paint, all that kind of fun stuff. But for your viewing pleasure this week, you can go out and check out 1,869 homes in the Omaha-Lincoln MLS, the greater Omaha area. Breaking that down into the Douglas and Sarpy County, we got about 1,000 homes you can look at, just under 1,100. Existing homes is about 644. New construction, we are up another about 100 from last week on there. So let's see what we have last week. We had 360 listings, so we're kind of up there just under 100. Months of inventory, 1.5. And then average sold price is about that 290 kind of price range where it's been hovering. So as you see, the market, there's more houses to take a look at than we had previously. As we go into the fall months, that's typical. Sometimes we have those buyer hangover, that didn't get the houses, in the summer that have kind of taken a break. Now is a great time. Just before Russ and I were jumped on here live, we were kind of talking about the cash buyer situation. He was kind of talking about the nationally. In the beginning, it was about 20% of the home buyers were cash buyers, and now it's down to about 5% nationally. So don't necessarily have data on the local level, but that's kind of seeing that the buyers were out there. So those that maybe are using some of that conventional, some financing to get their houses may not be competing with as many of those cash buyers. Obviously, it depends on what price point you're in. But that's something, as we touched on last week, it's a great time to get out there. Less people are looking, weather's starting to change, starting to get a little bit chillier. Some of the people will wait. Oh, I'm going to wait till next spring. Well, that's great, but you're also going to, miss out on what the home prices are now. And as if they are potentially going to go up and keep rising just based on supply and demand inventory. But as always, it's a great time to get to, if you're thinking of selling your home, get with one of us here at Champions Real Estate Team. If you're thinking about putting it on in the spring, that's great, but what can we do now to get that house ready, rather than cramming it all in the month before and go, I don't have time to do that. I don't have time to do this, maximize that return on your investment essentially. And you can kind of stretch it out over a couple months. But so let's jump in with Russ Williams here at Williams Mortgage, and we'll see kind of what's going on in the mortgage industry. So how are we looking this week, Russ?
Mark, I totally agree with you. Mortgage rates, though, are holding pretty steady yet again this week, but the drum is beating louder and louder every week that interest rates are expected to rise possibly as early as November as the Fed starts to what we call taper or reduce their purchase of mortgage bonds. And that definitely will put some upward pressure on mortgage rates. For those of you that are buying goods and services, you certainly know we're starting to see some inflationary pressures on some items, and that likely will continue for a little while. To your point, Mark, and which I completely agree with, the fact that the number of cash buyers out there has been cut by roughly 75% from where we were in the first quarter of this year. That suggests that if you need financing to buy a house, this is a great time to get out there and put an offer on a property and still get the best rates that are available before they happen to rise. So give the team a call. They'd be happy to help you. Some other things. See, there was something else I wanted to bring up to you, Mark. I'm drawing a blank here, but we do expect that interest rates, of course, are going to be rising going into next year. And for every 1% rise in mortgage rates, keep in mind that reduces your borrowing power by 10%. So even if we did see a plateauing in some price points of home prices, maybe even a little bit of a fall off in the really, really hot price points, you may be paying more in monthly payment for that lower priced home next year with a higher interest rate than what you'd be paying today. So if you're payment sensitive, this is the time to buy a house, Mark.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? We just had a great one go on the market today. I'll share it here. So it just went on this morning. So it's in Woodhaven over in Millard. So it's a 16324 Shirley Street. So it's a great tri-level. It's got a workshop down in the basement as well. So I kind of click through the pictures here quick for you. The basement down there, it's got newer furnace, it's got a huge workshop area with the fireplace built in there. So it keeps you warm. It also backs up to the park and the walking trail. So it's a walkout. As you kind of see, going back and through, so you kind of take a look at the Woodhaven Park there. So once again, it's at 269, just over 1,800 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3 baths. You can check it out on our website at championsrealestateteam.com. Once again, 16324 Shirley Street. So basically off 165th and Center Street between Center and Pacific there. So it's a fantastic house. If you have questions, feel free to give myself a holler, 402-672-7670, or any one of us here can line you up a showing on it. So, but yeah, that's kind of about all I had for today. Appreciate everyone jumping on, and whether you're watching this on our YouTube channel, LinkedIn, or Facebook, appreciate you watching it live or at a later date. But yeah, if you have questions, reply in the comments and we will get back to you, or reach out to Russ or myself. If you're thinking about buying a home, maybe now is not the right time to pull the trigger, but you're thinking next spring, now is the time though to get in touch with Russ or one of us here champions to get a game plan. Don't wait till January and want to get your ducks in a row to, start looking in February and March. See what you need to do now. If there's things on your credit, ways we can build that, how to help for down payment, all that kind of fun stuff to help you, and what is the best, loan product out there essentially for you. And I think that makes a lot of sense to do that. So, I mean, that's, get all your ducks in a row, get a game plan. So as always, give me a holler, 672-7670, or give Russ a holler at 290-8936. And we are happy to help you and just get you taken care of. So have a great rest of the weekend, and hope everyone's got their Halloween costumes ready to rock and roll. And we will